What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I am Road Runner, aka Ben, and in today's video I'm at MJ Family Auto Sales to test out this car behind me, which is a 2020 Camaro Zl1. Now I recently, if you've seen my other videos, recently purchased a car right next to it, which is Z06. If you're not familiar with these cars, they have the same engine platform. However, the car itself is completely different. So in today's video, I'm going to be addressing the question, is the 2020 Camaro Zl1 better than the Corvette Z06? Stay tuned. So we're going to start off first with just the exterior. We're going to walk around both of these cars and just kind of pick and choose which one looks better, which one has the better features. Let's start off with the Camaro. Since it is this grabber style orange, it's beautiful. The absolute menacing look. I mean, the front grille is just wide. It has this very aggressive stance. I love the LED placements. You have two on both of the exterior sides of the front, and then you have one integrated into the headlight there. On each headlight, it's absolutely beautiful. The Chevy logo is actually see-through as part of the grille, which I think is just beautifully done. It just looks absolutely menacing. This color spec combo is, in my opinion, really one of my favorite combos. I even like how they have kind of a shaker style hood with the Zl1 badging right on the front there. Very, very wide and large front wheels. Massive brakes, of course, come standard in the Zl1. A lot more aggressive than the stock Camaros. On the interior, we're going to dig in the interior in a little bit, but just from the outside you can just see kind of the silhouette of the interior. Very, very beautiful. As we make our way to the back, you have this very sleek but yet silk like smooth design of the wing. Of course, you have the classic Camaro stripe down the middle, give it a little bit more accent. And then of course the rear tail lights here with the quad exhaust. Beautiful, beautiful exhaust. Focus in there a little bit for you guys. Just the silhouette, this car is really beefy, just very attention grabbing, and it definitely stands out, especially with the lip all the way around, that this is not just an ordinary Camaro. This 2020 version is something very, very special in my opinion. And of course it's my 2019 Z06, which we'll step over in a second. The last thing I kind of wanted to point out is the sunroof. I like how the stripe matches the sunroof perfectly. They kind of just lined it up there, as opposed to my kind of target top on the Z06. So now that we've seen the Zl1, what do you guys think on the Zl1, this Camaro? Do you guys like it? You hate it? Let me know. Now let's go over to my car, the 2019 Z06, which if you're not familiar, has the same motor, different transmission, but same motor in this car. You know, my car, I really like it just because it has a low center of gravity, low profile, very sleek. Also, if I haven't mentioned, I got this car here too as well. So again, MJ Family Auto Sales. Beautiful large wheels, big brakes, the Z06 supercharged logo, very sleek. It has the Z06, it definitely is a lot more as a step up from the regular Stingray. You have a little bit more of the ground effects, give it a little bit more sharp lines, aggressive symmetry there. And I love this wing. The car came with this tinted out window tail lights, but typically they're a silver color for the Z06 and red for the Grand Sport and the Stingray. And of course the signature quad exhaust down the middle of the Corvette. What do you guys think of this car? All right, so as far as looks, which one do you like more? Let me know. I'm gonna give it to be honest, I like them both. I think they're both absolutely menacing. I would say I definitely like the rear of the Corvette a lot more. I love the low kind of profile of Corvette. The color of the Camaro is my favorite. I love this color. I love this spec. And I think the front end, I think honestly, I'm gonna have to give it to the Camaro on the front end. Just the grille alone is just super unique, and it's a lot, it just looks really, really nice. Now some people might hate it, some people might love it. Let me know what you guys think. All right, next we're gonna go into the interior and talk about the interior of both cars. I'll tell you right now, on this car, I love that there's actually a handle. I'll tell you in a second why I love that. And a button you can use here to either lock or unlock the car, which makes it a lot better to be able to jump in and out. Now on the inside, as you can see, beautiful suede in the door. I love the feel of suede. I love the look of suede. I love that, you know, they definitely completely changed the inside of this car. They made it a lot better. Previous generations, in my opinion, didn't look as nice as this. And even as it continues throughout the whole car, this red pipe stitching, the Z01 badging continues. You have the Camaro in the middle of the center, so it's not like they're just recycling steering wheels. It has a little bit more of a different feel. Of course, the stick manual gear lever here in the middle, and you also have just kind of a little bit more of detailing on the top there. The bezel around the fan switch looks really, really good. Overall, beautiful interior. Very spacious. The black roof liner color. You have this basically this sunroof instead of a Targa pop top. You do have back seats, which is a plus, but you know, not very much room. But that's kind of classic in these cars. Just having back seats alone is somewhat nice if you want them. Overall, the interior I think is a plus. I really like it. Of course, it's not, you know, for these cars, it's more for the actual car itself and the value that you get out of it. So if you're trying to compare it to something that's twice as expensive, of course the car is going to be definitely more on the interior, and I'll show you why. So on my car, the handles here, there's an electronic handle that you press and open up. I think it's nice. It's kind of, at this point, it's confusing for a lot of people to use, and I always have to explain it, but it's definitely different. Now getting into this car, definitely a lot lower, so you're gonna have to really squat down. For the sake of this video, I'm not gonna necessarily jump in here with the camera. I'm kind of just standing outside, but definitely a little bit more of a sleek inside, a little bit more tight than in the Camaro. You have a little bit more space. You sit a little bit lower in this car. The dash is completely digital. Let me go ahead and jump in and see if I can turn it on for you guys. So center dash here, the Corvette, and then here's the digital dash over here. What I like about the interior on this screen, it comes down. You can store some stuff in there. It's pretty cool. Yeah, overall, beautiful interior. Pardon all my junk in here, but very similar. Only difference is you don't have back seats. You just have a hatch back there, and you don't have as much of the piping, but this one's more of the white piping. This is the 1LT model of the Z06, so it's definitely not the higher end one. In the higher end, you get a little bit more better creature comforts in here, a little bit better quality materials. But to be honest, the reason why I bought this car is primarily because it's a Z06, not because I'm trying to make it something else. Don't really care about all the other stuff, just really kind of how it drives and performs. So, and that leads it for that. And next, I'm just gonna actually drive this car and just kind of talk to you about the differences in the Camaro. I'm excited to drive it. I love the exhaust note. And actually, let's do an exhaust clip on both cars and see what you guys like. Which exhaust do you like more? All right, getting ready to drive the ZL1 right now. Just kind of gearing up my stuff. Listen to this start. Oh my God, yes please. So overall, man, this car is a beautiful car. The interior, I feel just getting in and out is a lot more practical than the Corvette. Everything just looks very beautiful. Again, this is a 2020 versus 2019, so a little bit more newer, but overall very similar price point. Good, let's get started. Now the backup camera, or the rear view mirror, I fucking love the fact that it's digital. I need to get this for the Corvette. Like, I'm surprised I don't have one, but this is awesome. I love the look of it. It's nice and crisp, high definition. Chevy, good job. Right away, you definitely hear the supercharger a whole lot more in this car. You hear it wind up. Oh my God. Yeah, I love that. definitely feels like a heavier car. I don't know the actual specs between the both of them. I'll go ahead and plug it in the video so you guys will know the specs. But just driving this car definitely feels a lot higher, not as centered and planted, but definitely feels good. So we're gonna open it up here. Gentlemen, that is a beautiful sounding supercharger. The transmission, I think it's a whole lot better. It's a proper 6-speed transmission. It feels a lot better. The first gear grips a whole lot better. The first gear in the Z06 has a lot of power, and it feels like it slips a lot more than this one. It's as nice and smooth. I think whatever they did with this transmission, if they can continue making it, this is the one that they should continue with. Let me know what you guys think. If you like the ZL1's clutch and transmission package, I think it's phenomenal. I admire it. I wish it was in the Z06, and that could honestly make or break a decision on the car if you're deciding between the both. So far, I'm pretty split. Overall, I think I would have to give it to, in my personal opinion, the Z06. However, I can definitely see why a lot of people like the Camaro. It is aggressive. It has a nice overall feel versus just the Corvette, where it's all about speed. This one feels like you can drive around the city a lot more. It's a lot more enjoyable to go in and out of places. You're not worried about it as much. But you tend to see these cars a lot more often. So one thing I like about the Corvette, you know, depending on where you live, it's a little bit more rare, a little bit more of a noticeable car because of how lowered it is, how the center of gravity of the car. The Camaro, there's a lot of variations of the Camaro. There's a V4, there's a V6. You know, there's plenty to choose from. So general people might not know the difference between the cars, to be honest. But when this one pulls up next to you and you hear this purple, hear this purple. Oh yes. And the winding of the supercharger, a whole lot more noticeable than the Z06, and that's pretty shocking, especially because the Z06, I have a aftermarket catback exhaust from Runna. This one definitely has that scary feeling if you're not recognizing when it hooks, that it can slip out on you, and I love that feeling. I love that feeling. It handles the curves absolutely beautiful. Not as impressive as the Z06, but still proper track car. Man, this is a tough decision. This is a tough one. You are deciding between a Z06 and a ZL1 Camaro. First off, congratulations. You're not gonna get a bad decision in either direction. But overall, this is just gonna be a quick drive for me. I'm just doing a quick test drive on the car. You can subscribe to my channel, man. I'm gonna try to bring a lot more content. 2022 is a new year. Woo! Yes. Yes. You don't even need another gear in this car. Just second gear all the way through. Oh my God. Oh. Did I make the wrong decision by getting the Z06? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Ooh. Let me know in the comments if you think I made a bad decision getting the Z06 and I should have got this ZL1. All right, guys, that's it for today's video. As you can tell, I had a whole lot of fun in the video driving the ZL1 for today. So once again, thank you MJ Family Auto Sales for letting me drive the car and helping me out with the Z06. Overall, I said it earlier, if you like either one of these cars and you're debating against these two, you're not gonna go wrong. This one, definitely, you get a little bit more bang for your buck, a little bit more usable, and absolutely a beautiful car to look at. The Z06 has a little bit more of a track presence, a little bit more special of a car personally to me, but you cannot go wrong with this ZL1. Absolutely monster. And here's a look at the motor. Like we said, same motor, a little bit different internals. The stock supercharger on top of this V8, absolutely beautiful. And once again, over here in my car, the platform, such a beautiful car. All right, guys, have a good one.